Welcome to the weekly Roundup Part 1. You've reached Talking with Dr. Terry, 180 Seconds to a Better You, message number 377, and I'm Dr. Terry Wurzbacher. Coach Clifford reminded us that failure is part of success. He also said that it's good to take a moment each night before bed and record 3 things that day that were a success. Ramona made a very astute comment about the weekly roundups. She said that it's nice to have a validation that others have responded as we have. When I described the difference between Vol State and my other races, Tim cited Springsteen. It's important, but it's just another concert. And of course, this is similar to what Dr. Gilbert talks about all the time as well. Good work, Lisa, at walking in the water. I think it was Pat, who is from North Dakota, said that he has an attitude of gratitude, and I think we all should have that. On the castles we covet but are really temporary. Karen talked about how we spend so much time erecting our castles, and by the time they're done, they're out of date. Everything changes. We should pay more attention to the things that are longer serving. She also quoted Mary Kondo, who said, "Create an environment that represents who you want to be, not who you were in the past." She also uses these quotes and puts them on index cards, often goes through them in the mornings and picks a quote for the day. I think that's a great practice. Frank and I have more in common than we think. He told me he went to boot camp at Great Lakes, where I was stationed for 2 years, and he was fascinated by the black squirrels. I have black squirrels in my backyard that I'll be glad to send to you, Frank, anytime. He's also working through the castle building issue now that he's getting towards retirement. And I recommend all of you read this past week's blog post at franksoma.com. That's FRANKSOMMA.com. Tim reminded us that sometimes the worst thing that happens can be the best thing in the long run. Congratulations to Melissa, who's a candidate for the National Ski Patrol. That's so exciting. She talked about getting in her own way, which, guess what? We all do that. And she's going to start using more of her visualization process again. The day after she left that message, she filled me with smiles as she said that night she'd gone into training, ready to learn, and thought that maybe she'd created more of a stone than a diamond, but was grateful for the reminder that pressure is a privilege. And I love that. I'd never heard that before. Marilyn in Alberta cited, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending." We should all do that every day. Maybe print it out so we can read it first thing in the morning, or put it on your phone so that you can read it when you need a reminder. Tom clarified the sailor quote to make it a lot easier for me. Anyway, he said, "It's really nobody becomes a skilled mariner on a calm sea." I love that. Nobody becomes a skilled mariner on a calm sea. Thanks, Tom. And we'll continue with this tomorrow. Have a diamond day.